Hey, hi, gaming. Right, just checking on something. I've just got a little pop up on my screen saying Hangouts on air is going to be stopped. So the only way we can actually do live streaming is through the normal live stream. I don't think we're going to be able to invite people on a live stream. So that's a bit crazy. So 2 days' time, no more streaming like this. It'd just be like a normal live stream. So how I can actually screen share things, I've got no idea. Bit of a bummer, actually, to be honest with you. But that's what I'm getting up on my screen. This Hangout on air is live. Hangouts on air is being discontinued on August the 1st for quick streaming. Try YouTube/webcam, and that's like the normal way where I'm actually like streaming live, and we ain't got a 30-second delay. So lucky I'm doing this one actually because I just wanted to do an update on the houses across the road. I want to do a stream out there one night. Not sure when yet. When I feel like it, I'll probably do it. But I just want to screen share. I just want to screen share the houses just to, jog your memory what it used to be like. So this used to be the house across the road. That's when they started deconstruction of it, yeah. And that was where the stained glass window came from, that side door there. So that's what it actually kind of looked like before it got pulled down. There used to be another house next to it, which also got pulled down, which I don't have any photo. Well, I do have photos, but where they are, I'm not sure. But that's the one where me and my nephew Aaron done the investigation. If I can, so I did find it earlier. Now let me see if I can find the image of the estate that's there now. We've done 56. Let's see if I can find the bloody images. I didn't save it earlier. I was just doing some check-up on it. So give me a few seconds while I try to find it. Might be under 76. Yeah, here we go. Found one now. All right, let's go back to my share screen. So this is what it looks like now. This is like a little house and estate that's been built on top of those two old houses. This was before people started moving in. And that's what it's like inside. The gardens they've got. Now I'm going to tell you something about those gardens in a minute, yeah. So it's been like, really like kind of like put together nicely. You've got your nice bathroom suite, you know, nice bedrooms, decent size lounge, living room, whatever you want to call it. Fair sized garden, nice kitchen set up. Now here, this particular house is only just recently been purchased. Yeah, most of the ones down here have already been sold and had people in there. Yeah, and you know, down here, which I can't find a decent picture of. I do have some on my computer somewhere, but where I don't know. Down here, it's just like block of flats similar to this. Look at the price, £569,000. Jesus Christ, man. I don't think there's any other images, to be honest with you. No, can't find any. The reason why I'm doing the video, yeah, is just to do an update on it, yeah, because I have noticed over the last couple of weeks, I think people actually moving out, and they're going to just not long moved in. So if someone's moving out after moving in and they haven't been in for more than 6 months, I wonder why. Now those gardens I just showed you, yeah, actually back in the days when those two houses used to be there, that was like possibly a part of the original garden and a part of the cemetery. Now I don't know if they like, you know, contact the cemetery and said, look, you know, we want to expand, you know, the gardening, you know, you've got no gravestones, kind of like in that particular area, so we want to buy that bit of plot of land off you. You know, they've probably had to go through, you know, permission to the cemetery and all that kind of stuff, yeah, because those flats go back for garden used to be. So I'm thinking that they might have actually purchased some of the cemetery ground, moved in. The estate had been finished, completed, and people suddenly, you know, you see 1 or 2 people suddenly moving out again. Why is that? Is that because they can't afford it, or they decided that they don't like it in the area, or you know, they just want to move to another location that's more of like buying the property and then like selling it on and making a little bit of profit on it? Because you know, if you look at it, it's like 600, something like that, £670,000. Now, you know, we are near to shops. We're near to a railway station. We're kind of like in between 2 shopping centres. Well, two towns. You got Mitcham Town Centre, then you got the bigger kind of Streatham Town Centre. Oh, actually, you've also got the other town centre. Going that way, I can't think what the bloody called now. Hang on a minute. Oh God. Let me Google it. Hold on. You know, you got Malden, you got Collier's Wood, you got Tooting, Thornton Heath. That's the one I'm trying to think of. Thornton Heath. So you got Thornton Heath down that way. You got Mitcham that way. You got Streatham that way, and then back of us you got like Collier's Wood and Tooting. Yeah. So within like a 10-minute drive, you've got like 4 kind of areas where you got like shops on and everything, yeah. And like, no, it's not like, you know, house and estates, etc., etc. It's like, you know, shopping with like Argos and, you know, like Marks and Spencer's. You got in Tooting, you got like a marketplace where you can buy food, you know, uncooked meat, you know, everything like that. Yeah, so you got like 4 towns with like, you know, shopping facilities. So why would someone want to like move in and then suddenly move out in 6 months' time? Yeah, you know, I'm just wondering if, by any chance, my mic's stuck. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? You need to refresh. So, what you know, I'm just trying to think of why, you know, someone who's just moved in and hasn't even been there a year, like 6 months. Mistaken, someone could have like moved in and not moved out. But you know, I've done one session down there. You know, built up the courage and, you know, kind of like release my scare factor. And I did do down there earlier in the year. All right, I've done like a 5-minute, 10-minute walk around the estate. I'd be careful because, like, you know, you've got those spotlights that pop on when you walk past. And I don't want people thinking, hey, you know, what's that strange guy doing here? You know, thinking they're going to like burgle them or something, yeah. But when I did do it, I did feel kind of uncomfortable. And, you know, I did hear some weird noises around me, especially footsteps, and there wasn't no one around. Or not, because, like, no, let's say if someone did move in and they're moving out, what's the reason they're moving out? Is it because they don't like the area? Is it because they can't afford the house anymore and they need to sell it? You know, maybe the shopping centres around them isn't like up to their standards. Now, if they're paying like £670,000 for the house, or the flat, I should say, you know, maybe they just bought it to try to, you know, sell it on. I don't know. But let's just say if it is that that they've moved in and they're moving out rather quickly, what is the reason? Is it because, like, you know, those 2 houses were actually some of the research I did, I think before or after me and Aaron did the actual little investigation in there. We was in there for about an hour, if you remember that video. And we got some weird things in there. You know, we was in like the back living room, and we could really smell like the, you know, the stink of urine. And, you know, 1 minute it's there, next minute it isn't, and then it is, then it isn't, you know, kind of thing. You know, all the walls like been like punched in, kind of thing. Half the walls are missing. You know, like where you got the foundation of the walls here, you know, it's more like plasterboard on each side, isn't it? Yeah. So let's say you've got bedroom A there, bedroom 2 there, so A, B, and then you've got the wall between it. It's not like a solid brick wall, is it? It's like plasterboard, wood. And you could actually see that someone's actually kind of like demolished part of the wall inside of bedroom A, although you could still go in bedroom B and the other part of the wall would be perfect, you know, kind of thing. Now, research here that area had a very high crime rate, very high crime rate. Going back on it, if I could find the actual webpage, which I was trying to do today, I couldn't find it because the way I'd done it is that I knew the door numbers of the actual addresses of those houses across the road, right? But now I can't remember the door numbers. Now, if I could remember the door numbers or find a picture, where it had the door number, it'd be easier for me to do research on it that way. But because I can remember the door numbers, I can't find the information I had. But I do remember the information that stated that there had been a lot of like violence, drug dealing, drug abuse, possible murders in there, break-ins. You know, well, definitely break-ins, because like reason I'll tell you about the break-ins in a minute is another little bit of story, which I don't know if I said in the past or not. But break and you know, just more kind of like, you know, the old nitty-gritty kind of stuff. You know, like people hanging out and, you know, using, you know, drugs, alcohol and stuff like that, yeah. So you know, what I want to do is go over there probably one night, maybe next week, and just take a K2 meter and my camcorder over there and just do another quick 5-10 minute session and see what we get, because like I just don't understand why people have only just moved in and suddenly, you know, it's possibility that they're moving out. Is it because, like, you know, as I say, they don't like the area, you know, they can't afford to stay there, maybe they bought it for a quick flip over, or is it because, you know, there might be some kind of like spiritual, paranormal activity going on there? I don't know. What I will do though, give me a second. If I can find the damn things. Now, when I, you know, I still got my Southwest Ghost website, yeah. But I also used to have my Unwanted Souls website, which I had up for me and Aaron when we was doing like residential investigations, yeah. Now, this is going back, you know, 3, 4, 5 years ago when we first started doing, you know, residential, me and Aaron. I actually got some of these printed up. Some Wanted Souls, Paranormal Investigators. Do you have any strange activity in your home? Contact us today, blah, blah, blah. Then says, contact us today and we will help to get rid of your ghosts. Then I have my email, telephone number, which is still the same number, website, which is no longer available because I couldn't afford to keep the website up. And so like, you don't know why they would actually my phone number. Now, I was actually thinking of going along there one day and putting some of these through the letterboxes, because I thought every house is haunted. Now, just think that if there is spiritual activity going on here, I wonder if any of those flats actually are getting, like, you know, spiritual activity. You know, I'm not saying they are, not saying they ain't, but it's kind of strange that someone moves in and within 6 months they're moving out again. So, you know, it could be any particular reason, really. But when I went in there on my own during the daytime, the time I found that rocking chair, right? Remember the rocking chair I found in there, yeah? And some people go, oh, you stole something out of someone's house. Well, the house was derelict, you know, it's practically empty. The only things what was in there was cookers, fridge freezers, microwaves, stuff like, you know, the normal kitchen facilities. Upstairs, there was a bed, but that bed, would you believe, had blood stains on? And I'm not lying to you, he had blood stains on. Night time, I took photos, not the one where we investigated, but the one where I actually got that rocking chair from here. You could see someone's like standing there looking at the top bedroom window, and there shouldn't be no one there. Now, I do know that in that other house where I've got the rocking chair from, there was a homeless person there. He lived there during the night time and went out, probably working during the daytime, yeah. And both the back doors, right, on both locations, both houses, you know, house A, house B, right next to each other. Both back doors are smashed in, so you could just walk in, no problem. One night I walked past there, and the top bedroom light was on. Yeah, and that's when I took like a couple of photos. And then I thought, well, you know, tomorrow, you know, this not tomorrow, but you know, when I thought to myself, tomorrow maybe I should go in there, you know, knock, you know, call out, see if anyone's in, and if not, you know, if the lights are still on, I'll turn the lights off. Well, I did do that. I actually went, I jumped over the fence, you know, I knocked on the door, no one answered, so I went round the back. You know, the door was all smashed in at the back, so you can actually walk straight through the back door, no problem. I called out, no one answered. Yeah, and I thought, it's just sitting there, you know, just sitting there doing nothing. So anyway, I still called out, you know, just be on the safe side. You know, there's shit all over the floor, you know, paper, rubbish, clothes, you know, cups, you know, everything, you know, all over the place. The only part actually looked a bit more decent was the kitchen, and that still had brand new kitchen stuff in here. You know, like I said, like a brand new washing machine, a brand new fridge freezer, the microwave looked pretty decent. There was kettles. You could see that, you know, someone was actually living there. But you know, I took my time. You know, I didn't want to rush around in case like there were people in. I called out a couple of times. Won't get no reply. So I turned the lights off, and I thought, that's it. You know, no one's here. I'm going to turn the light off, and tonight I'm going to go back and check it out again. You know, and I still really wanted that rocking chair. So what I done, I pulled the rocking chair, and I thought, well, that rocking chair is going to be mine. I'm going to, you know, I took the rocking chair. Fair enough, I took the rocking chair. Now, if I hadn't done, it would have been probably like smashed up and burnt when I was demolishing the place a few months later anyway. Because that's what happened. Everything in that house got demolished. Even a new cooker, microwave, fridge freezer got put in the dump, you know, on the bonfire, burnt, whatever, you know. You know, I was able to get like that stained glass window and a few other bits when I was actually demolishing. They had like, not the one where the rocking chair was, but the one where we done the investigation on, me and Aaron. They had an old outside kind of like lamp, what I used to like use in like the early 1900s. And I did actually ask for that, but the guy who said, yeah, he'd take it down and keep it for me wasn't there the day he said that he'd take it down for me. So I asked the manager who was on, you know, on site, where it was, and he goes, "Oh, we'd probably like thrown it on the fireplace, you know, on the fire pit." He goes, "I ain't there anymore." So I thought, "Oh fuck!" He promised me, you know, that I could have that. I was, "No, mate, sorry." But then I saw the stained glass window, and I fucking managed to get that off them. You know, I paid them for it, but I did get it. And the story being is that, you know, those houses like had been like broken into. You know, you could see how much damage was in there. You know, there was a couple of times where, you know, police have pulled up and like find out who was in there. Because I think the homeless guy did actually get caught in there one night by the police, and he was like arrested for like trespassing, I suppose. But the thing is, with those houses, they were kind of spooky. You know, they've been there for like nearly 100 years or so, and you know, what I remember from 2000 to 2012, 4 families have moved in there and moved out, kind of like rather abruptly. Whether because it might have been the high crime, or, you know, they might have been getting paranormal kind of activity from the local cemetery, which was at the back of the, well, down the bottom of the garden. I don't know. But 4 families lived there, and 4 families moved out within a matter of 2 years of each other. All right. So family one was there for less than 2 years. They moved out. A new family moved in. They moved out within 2 years. Then a third family moved in. They moved out within 2 years. It's kind of like 4 families. So from 2000 to 2012, families were moving in, moving out. I know it's because of the high crime rate, or if those, as I say, paranormal activity, those getting on or not, I don't know. But before those families were moved in, there was a bit, let's say, like a high crime rate there, and maybe that's what the problem was. Still high crime rate. I don't know. But from 2012 up until like 2017, 2016, 17, something like that, before they knocked it down, it was like completely empty. Well, not completely empty, but no one had been living there apart from the homeless man. Even where me and Aaron done that investigation, I never saw anyone kind of go in there. The one where I got the rocking chair from seemed to have more kind of like activity, like normal humanoid way. Someone actually, like, you got the evidence of someone living there, possibly the homeless man, right? But the other one where we done the investigation, although that had like a brand new boiler as well, brand new cooker and everything like that, that didn't seem like if anyone had been living in there, which was kind of strange. Now, the one I got the rocking chair from on this side had no kind of garage or garden or anything like that. But the one what me and Aaron done, where we done that investigation, that had like a kind of a garage slash shed, and there was stuff in there that looked like a bike and car wheels and stuff like that. But we never took anything. The only thing that ever was taken out of that place for that rocking chair, so I knew, I had that gut feeling that it was going to be like, not long until someone would come along and either like renovate it and try to like hire it out, rent it out again, or it's going to be demolished. And I had that gut feeling more there was going to be demolished than anything else, because as I say, because of the high crime rate or the activity that might have been going on. Why would people keep moving in and out over the last several years, being there for 2 years and leaving again? And I don't think because the rent, I don't know what the rent would have been there, to be honest with you. If it's just like being rented out, but just didn't make sense. Like families moving in, moving out within 2 years of each other, just don't make sense. So that's why me and Aaron done that investigation as well. And we was going to go back there to do another investigation. And when I was going to get it all sorted out and planned out, one morning I wake up, I go out to go and do some shopping, and there's like fucking wooden board sheets all across, with like in the middle a gate, like a gate, all boarded up. Both houses have been boarded up. So I knew then, they're going to like tear them down, which is a shame really, because that's like history, and it's also got all that kind of like background history of all the crimes and possible paranormal activity or whatever, what might have gone on. Sorry, I don't know why I kind of like my voice being a bit playing up today, but they did state there was a murder. No, I'm not sure if it was like the one where I got the rocking chair from or the other one where we done the investigation from, but there was a murder in one of those houses. Now I'm thinking it might have been the one where I got the rocking chair from, because there was blood on the bed upstairs. That's what kind of creeped me out. And I thought, no, fuck this, I'm going, And that's the same room where it's facing out on the main road. And I caught a few images that looked like someone actually peeking out the window. And I have the photo somewhere. So I might do another video on this, maybe another time. All I've got to do is hunt through my Facebook and look for the pictures and everything like that, And when I go out that way next time, the one which had the rocking chair, Next door to it is an old people's home, like a disability kind of home, yeah. So if I can find out what door number that was, then I can work out what those other two numbers were, because I can't remember the door numbers. It's like 56 and 58 or 76 and 77 or something like that. I can't remember, to be honest with you. But, you know, those two houses, as I say, have been knocked down. You've seen the pictures of the new house in the estate there. And then you've still got, like, the more, the houses on the other side, with the original houses. So you've got the old people's home, the house in the estate, which used to be the two old houses. Then you've got, like, you know, the normal houses which were there when the old houses used to be there. But I have noticed that that estate does go further back than it should do. So, as I say, I'm just wondering if they bought part of that land from the cemetery and built on that, more for the garden wise, because I think the houses might have been like stopped on the borderline, and they probably just bought the rest of the land. You know, probably just put the garden. I don't know, but I know it's gone further back than it was, because when I went in there during the daytime, I kind of walked back to see how far that garden was, and it wasn't as far than it is now. You know, where they got the estate. They must have done something. You know, they must have come to some kind of agreement with the council or the cemetery. You know, whoever owns the cemetery, and bought a plot of land off them. Now, I'm not saying all those places are haunted, but I'm not saying they all haunted, to be honest with you. But I do feel that, you know, something is going on there, to be honest with you. So I'm thinking, like, you know, give it another month or two, go and put some of these in the door and see if I get any kind of like reply. Some people might not like it because, like, you know, they say, well, you know, it's built on a cemetery, you know, you are going to get, like, you know, spiritual activity. But what if, like, those spirits that may have resided in them two houses didn't like what had happened? They didn't like the houses being torn down, demolished, and they don't like the house and the estate there. Because, as we know, in the paranormal, when things happen, like you move into a house where someone's died and you start renovating it, that spirit's going to be pissed off. And, you know, there could be pissed off spirits there, and they probably went dormant for a little while, and they've built up the energy, and they might be causing activity there. I don't know, but it's kind of weird that, and I keep saying it's kind of weird that someone has moved in, moved out. Just drinking my shandy, my bar shandy. Hello, Kansas. How's it going, mate? Long time no see. No, I'm not feeding you because you've just been fed, you little shit. I've got nothing to eat today until tomorrow when I go shopping. What? No, I'm not picking you up. You're molting. You are molting like crazy. I combed her the other day, yeah? And I think I said it on my other stream the other night, yeah? You get these little black bags where, you know, at the shop where they put your drinks in, yeah? I got one of those. I combed her with a comb, and I caught that bag. Honestly, no lie, I can go and get it as proof. Caught with that bag was nothing but her fucking hair, where she's molting so much. Go and sit down, be quiet, or you'll go out. Go lay down. So, now I will go and do like a little investigation there probably next week. I might do it later this week. I don't know yet. You know, I've got to get some stuff sorted out. You know, I need to find my IR camera light for this camera, because I'll probably take this one actually, or I might take my other one. I may take this one actually, because the night vision is better. All I've got to do is charge up the batteries, and this one is actually charged up. So on this one, you have to go into the settings to actually put it into night vision. Now I do have another one somewhere where you can just turn it on, flick a switch, and it goes to night vision automatically. This one you've got to go into the settings, and I think it takes the same battery actually, but the other camera is missing the bottom bit where the memory card goes. So I have to take this part off and put it on the other camera, charge the batteries up, because it takes the same battery, and then just find a memory card to put in, because otherwise I'm going to be able to record it. And this way, I'll probably get a better video on this one actually, instead of the night one, because if I use this one, I've got to use a really good IR light. I don't have a really good IR light anymore. Where they've gone, I don't know. The reason why there's a couple of boxes there, I'm going to start sorting this room out again and get rid of some of the bits, put them into storage in the cupboard. I actually cleared out the cupboard a little bit today as well again. Chucking a few bits and pieces about, but chucking a few bits and pieces away. So yeah, I might just go and do like a little 5-10 minute walk around there. I've got to be careful, as I say, because I've got those motion kind of like spotlight things, and if someone's walking down and the light comes on, and someone's still awake and they look out and see someone walking around, with a fucking camera, they probably might think, hey, hang on, what's that guy doing? Ring up the old 999 and say that there's some kind of weirdo walking around outside with a camera. But I really want to do it because I just want to find out if there is something kind of like weird going on. I'll probably take my Nokia mobile with me as well and do a quick EVP session there as well. But all I take with me, I won't take a ghost box. I'll take the camcorder, a K2 meter, and an EVP recorder, and just kind of walk down to the end where the borderline should have been. Because when you walk down to the bottom, you got a row of houses there. So like, I can't go past the houses. So I just walk down, walk around to the corner, walk right near the edge where, hardly anyone can see me. Do a quick couple of EVPs, see if I get anything on the K2 meter. Just ask a few questions, do some video, and then leave it as that and come back and then upload it. No, the thing is, as I say, the other camera, which is over here somewhere. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Oh, actually, I think it's the same battery. It's the same battery. This is the one I'm talking about. The battery's flat though. I've got to find my charger for it. Can't find a charger, I can't use it, but this one's better than the one I just showed you actually. The other one's got night vision on it, but you got to go through all the settings. This one, you just push the switch into night vision, but it needs a really good IR light. This one, you don't really need another IR light on it because it's already got like, a decent quality IR camera built into it. The only other thing I do need though is a memory card. So I'll have to try to dig out a memory card, find one. If I can't find one, then I'll dig it out of my mobile phone and use it from my mobile phone, stick it in here, and then do the recording, come home, upload the video, and then put my card back in my phone. Yeah, because this one, to say, isn't that brilliant. Even with this one, when I go into the settings and put night vision on, the IR isn't that brilliant on it, the night vision. It's a shame that Aaron doesn't want to come up and do any more bloody paranormal stuff, because, like, I reckon, like, we could have got something decent, but You just don't want to do it anymore, you know. No, if I knew someone around here, local, who could do it with me, it'd be even better. But I reckon that there's something going on there. You know, paranormal wise, I'm sure there is. Because why would someone want to move out after only being there for 6 months? If that. You know, I did have some more batteries that I want, but they've fallen out somewhere. Yeah, I had to do some sorting out in here today, especially on my cable wires, because like I had a letter from a particular company who is contracted by my housing association, saying that they've got to come round and do a yearly routine check-up on all my electrics. And the last one they sent out was February, they reckon. I said, well, I never got a letter. Now, the other day I got a final notice saying I've either got to like make an appointment or otherwise they can contact my housing association and they can take legal action against me. So I've got that sorted out today. I spoke to my housing association as well and told them I've got it sorted out. I got an appointment for next Friday, and what I got to do is come round. I've got to check my lights, my switches, and my plug sockets. When I spoke to them, I said, excuse me, I don't think you're going to be able to check all my plug sockets because some of them is kind of like hidden behind a lot of clutter, and I can't, you know, remove all that quickly because I have arthritis in my hand and in my knee as well, and that kind of like stops me from lifting heavy objects. And she goes, oh well, you know, as long as we can do like 75% of the, you know, the sockets and lights and stuff, then that'll be okay. And I said, well, you'll have to do what you can do because I ain't going to like fucking sit here pulling everything out for you. So today, all down here, I had nothing but like a mess of cables. I've got a little bit of cable in there, but that is kind of like wrapped up, and it's like not messier than it was. And down here, there was like a ton of cables. All those plug sockets were filled. Some of them wasn't even connected to anything. So I sorted all the cabling down there. Over here, although my clothes are oh shit. All this here is my tools for when I was doing my woodworking. Sorted all those out. And those two boxes here is to start sorting that out. I've also done in the living room, I started storing away some of the dolls which I'm not using. I put them into like big boxes. It's just stacked them up on my dad's chair for now. So I am actually having a bit of a sort out as well. But yeah, you know. But I just kept thinking about that house today, you know, those houses. I don't know why. That's what kind of put me off doing some of the tidying up. Just kept thinking about that house. Maybe I'm being called to go over and do, you know, something over there. I don't know, but you know, last time I went there on my own, it was a bit creepy because I could hear, and you can actually hear on the video on, you know, when I upload it, you can hear like if someone's walking around, and there wasn't no one else there apart from me. So like, you know, that did kind of like creep me out a little bit. Now the cemetery, right, does go back quite a way. It actually kind of goes back. Then like there's big iron fencing, and just on the other side of the iron fencing, you've got that little children's park. And then if you go around the side of the children's park and come out the other side, where that like iron fencing is, the headstones actually come right up to near the main road. And I was out the other night just walking around, seeing if I can find any like electronics that I can like scavenge and like bring back and strip for copper. That's what I'm only doing, is looking for copper, because like copper is quite available precious metal really, and like everyone's like saving copper and taking it to the scrapyard and making money out of it. I'm not doing that to make money. I'm buying it, well, not buying it, but I'm trying to get it to make my own fishing weights, because like lead is so fucking like rare. No one wants to sell lead. No one's got lead to give you. You might be able to find like little bits of lead here, there, and everywhere. When you're metal detecting. If you go on the river, and you might get snagged up on someone else fishing tackle, then you might find some lead weights that way. But I still have like 6 kilos of lead in ingots that I made. But that ain't gonna last forever. And I was doing an eBay search on fishing leads, and they are now actually doing fishing weights, fishing lead on copper and zinc, I think now, because copper and zinc isn't as tight than lead is. So that's why I've been going around to see how much copper I can find, so I can like strip it, throw the PVC covering away, get that recycled, and the copper wiring I'll just keep. And when I've got enough money to buy a proper furnace, I'll just melt it down into ingots. And then when I feel like making more fishing weights, I'll make some copper fishing weights. So I probably would have run out by lead by then. But yeah, I was out the other night and I walked past that area and I saw like a bit of a car park and you can see some rubbish over there. So I walked over and I looked up and you see the fucking headstones just behind the fence, and I thought, shit, that's the cemetery. Fuck me, I ain't standing here. I didn't even bother looking there. I was just like, fuck, I just didn't feel comfortable there. And like, people were still driving around at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't want someone coming up to me and saying, oh, what are you doing here near that van? Because they might have thought I was trying to like tampering with a vehicle or something. So I just like left. But yeah, like, it's a big cemetery and it goes all the way kind of around. What made me kind of like, how can I put it? Like, why would they put a kid's fucking like play park right next to a cemetery? And those kids don't really get scared, and don't really worry about where the park is as long as they got someone to play, I suppose. But fuck, would I put a park right next to a cemetery? And what if like there's some kids playing one day and fucking a ghost appears in front of them? They ain't gonna go back to that park then, are they? I wouldn't if I was a fucking kid. No way. But you got like a new house in the state now. Now the kids will have to walk around and up the road to get to the park. There are a lot of kids that play in that park during the daytime. Don't see any, there when it's getting dark. But that park is supposed to be haunted anyway, with a little girl who fell and broke her neck from falling off one of the climbing frames. And her old man, her father, loved her so much that, he wanted to be with her. And he committed suicide because like his wife had already passed on, I think. So, when me and Aaron and even me and Simon done investigations there, we got some pretty interesting stuff over there. So, I'm not saying like, every park's haunted, but I even might go over as it not now, but later in the week, just as it gets getting dark. Not when it's pitch black like it's now. No, I have actually done it when it's pitch black. Gone over at like 3 o'clock in the morning with a K2 meter. If you remember the video where I've got that unusual high K2 hits, and I rang on the papers and told them about, you know, that recreation park. It's still giving that a high EMF. Anytime, day, night, you go there, high EMF. So I might go over there and just walk around quickly with my K2 meter and a video recorder and see what, you know, kind of like EMF we're still getting. It's got to be like a nice, dry, sunny night though, because like, you know, last time I went there, it had been pissing down the rain. My trainers wasn't that brilliant. The ground was soaking wet, puddles everywhere, and I've got soaking wet feet. So I'll probably go over there. I might do what I might do is I might do like the 2-in-1 night. I'm not going to do like the 3-in-1 like I've done before, but I might do over there in the old haunted houses where they used to be first. Do a 10-minute session over there, then after, and go and do the recreation park, or do the recreation park and come back and do the where the old houses used to be. Hello, Casey. So, you know, I've got a few things going to plan. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to be streaming like I am now, you know, constantly. No, we did do a ghost box session overnight. Didn't get really much out of it. But if I start doing, you know, stuff outside, you know, there's always a possibility that something might follow me home. And I have had stuff follow me home before in the past. And they might, you know, start the activity up again. I don't know. Just have to see how it goes, I suppose. But yeah, we just play it by ear, do a little bit by little bit, and just see what happens, I suppose. You know, I'm not gonna like knock myself out and do it every single night. No way. You know, there are places I want to go to, but not on my own, because you know, if you're doing it on your own, especially at night time, anything can happen. You know, you might trip over and fall over, and as soon as you injure yourself, you might get attacked by fucking hooligans, you know, druggies, you know, someone who was pissed out their brains. You know, you might fall down a fucking hole and break your neck and not get hurt. You know, I wanted to do Mitcham Common again. There has been another death over there. Not recent, but not long ago, within the year. So I want to do that. But I want to do it at night time, but I ain't got no one to do it there. Simon lives up way out north, and he's not into the paranormal anymore. He's just like chilling out because he's got a new baby, I think now. So you know, because he sent me what stuff he had left, you know, some of his dolls and you know his tarot card and pendulum and a few other bits and pieces. He just didn't want to do the paranormal anymore, but he did say if he ever comes down this way and meet up, then we'll do something. Why are folk fucking playing around tonight? Don't know it's good for that. Let me just go and make myself a cup of coffee. Yeah, give me a couple of minutes. Just go and make a cup of coffee. Would help if I got my cup. Stop in and out. Right. You know, I do want to get back going and doing stuff outside. But, you know, it's all down to cost. That's the problem. Now, there's a place I really want to go and do an investigation at, especially daytime ones. No, but they're too far away, you know. There's like Farthing Hills, which is like a very big open space, and it's got like dense forest there as well, you know, wooded areas. It's a lot of farmland there as well, and in the olden days, the Romans settled there, and also the Normans and Saxons also settled there as well. You know, I went there to do some milk detecting, not actually on the downs, but I tried looking for one of the farms. I did find the farm, and I asked if I could get permission, but they said no, because it belongs to some lord of the manor or something, yeah. And they said if it didn't belong to the lord, then yeah, I would have gave permission, but because it belongs to the lord, then no. That's always any place I can do around here. He said no, because it's all run by the lord. You know, we just like pay rent for the land, you know. So I said, all right, fair enough. So I didn't detect, you know, I started looking around for other places, and I found this house, which was actually renovating the front garden. And I knocked on their door to see if I could actually go and do some protecting there, but no one was in. So I left one of my little, as I call them, hobby cards, asking to give me a call, but I never got a phone call. And I know now, you know, by now they've probably like finished their renovation and put nice green grass down and stuff like that. So there's no way I'm going to do that. There is another place what I had to do is pull up Google again. There was a place I went to do milk detecting. I got there, and within about half an hour, my milk detector broke. The bolt down at the bottom, where it keeps the bottom base unit, broke. So I had to like stop doing it. And when I came home, you know, I tried looking for the bolt, you know, a new bolt on eBay. This is like last year actually, and I couldn't find anyone that looked similar. And when I did find one similar, it wasn't the right one. So eventually I had to buy a bloody new milk detector. But there is another place which is a very where is it? I'll go there. Now, I'm trying to find where it is actually. I think it's like Lloyd Park. Oh no, it's Addington. Addington, Sparrowsdown, Plainfield. Addington Hills, I think it's called. Big place. Lots of I think it's Cormhurst Woods. Yeah, really big. You know, a lot of people go there jogging. When I was there, you know, I did see quite a few joggers jogging around. I weren't doing the main path. I was like off the pathway. And when I did actually start detecting stuff, my bloody milk detector started fucking up and broke the bottom. So that pissed me off. But I'd like to go there again, do some milk detecting and possibly do like a little ghost box session. But that is like 2 bus rides and a tram. So like, you know, that's, and it takes well over an hour to get there. like hour and a half. I'd love to go back there and do that though. But it's all the cost, you know. So there's the Cornhurst Woods. You got the other place I was just talking about, Farnham Hills, which is quite a bloody long way as well. Farnham Hills is further away than the actual Cornham Woods, bloody lot further away. You know, weirdest thing though, Farnham Hills is easier to get to than Cornhurst Woods Hills are. What else was there? Then there's Beckenham Hills, Beckenham Park. That's a good place to go to. That's down near Downham, Lower Sydenham. Mum used to live near Sydenham actually, and there used to be a place, I think that's the Beckenham Palace Park. That's got like wooded area around there as well. Mum used to go around there all the time until she moved. Great place to be there, actually. Nice wooded area, nice kind of like trails as well. You know, I want to do more kind of like park and woodlands. You know, I will probably start doing some of the cemeteries again, maybe, but I want to get out and doing other kind of stuff. You know, I want to get out and do the parks and woodlands. There's another one. There's a big cemetery. I've been there actually. It's near Honor Oak. It's like two cemeteries right next to each other. I've done that. I'd like to go up there again. But you know, it's the cost, it's the travel. You know, to get to Camberwell Old Cemetery and the new cemetery, you're talking about a 2-hour travel, and you know the cost of getting there, and that's like about, you're talking about £5 each way. So you know there are a lot of places I like to go to, but I just can't afford to go there. To start eating that bloody super chat. Joking. Don't worry about the thumbs up and down. I ain't worried about them. I had 6 thumbs down. No, 6 up and 5 down yesterday when I done my other stream. Was it yesterday? Or the last stream when I done the other stream. Ghostbox stream. Hello, David. Hello, Angela. So, yeah, there's like 4 or 5 places I'd love to go and do. You know, I take my milk detector. Farnham Downs, I don't think I'll be able to get and do milk detecting there. It'd just be like having a nice little long walk around, because it is a bloody big place. It is a big place. You know, you're talking miles. It took me from when I got off the bus stop here to find that one farmhouse. It took me an hour and a half to find. I had to go all across the fields, walk down this bloody long kind of like narrow roadway, and I did find a little pond. If I go that way again, I'll take my fucking magnet and magnet fish that pond to see if there's anything in there. I've got a feeling that there might be something in there, like horseshoes, and might be a few old coins or something. But the old coins won't, you know, stick on a magnet, but horseshoes will. You know, you might get some shrapnel from World War II, maybe. Don't know. But yeah, I'll get back to it eventually. Just give me time. No, I can't. No, although I've been doing a lot of walking around, which I have been doing over the last couple of weeks, you know, I must have walked about 25 miles within a matter of just over 2 weeks. And that's why I've not been out the last couple of days, because I did get blisters on my bloody feet. and they bloody hurt, I tell you. So they're kind of like healed up a bit now. I went out to get something to eat yesterday, and there's a skip where I've actually, been able to like get some copper wire from, electrical wire. And I went out there and I thought I'd give that a quick check. I took my backpack, and I'm glad I did take my backpack, because I reckon that would have been gone by today. Great bunch of like fucking copper wire, electrical wire I bought home. So that's in the kitchen. I need to take that out into the balcony. So, I'm like building up my copper wire scrap. Stuff like this. This has all got copper wiring. The only thing was I'm not stripping this because I was started to build an audio cable lead for this. I did cut some of it off and strip some of it to see what the quality is. And it has got good quality copper in it. So, that's the only thing I did do yesterday, going out and checking one skip. I think the best time to go out actually is near the Christmas and after Christmas, because everyone's going to get new gifts. They're going to chuck out the old stuff, like old TVs, possibly like DVD recorders, PCs, laptops, Christmas lights. Don't know why, but in America, everyone goes crazy over Christmas and goes around hunting for Christmas lights, because it's got that, really good quality copper in it, isn't it? So, they're going to be chucking a shitload of stuff out over Christmas time. So that, but that's like another 5 months, isn't it? So, I'll be glad when Christmas comes and goes. Go out and do some scrapping then. But, I can't do a lot of scrapping actually. I don't have the space to store a lot of stuff. If I found like a microwave outside, I'll be able to scrap the board out, the magnets out, and the copper. But the rest of it had to be put back in the skip or in the bin, so I won't be able to store it. All right, catch you later, Jackie. Will you stop meowing? I'm not picking you up because you're fucking molting. You've been fed. Yeah, so hopefully in the next couple of days I'm going to be sorting that out. Putting some of that in a couple of these boxes. I ain't going to be able to put them in a cupboard just yet, because as I say, I've got an electric engineer coming around to do an update and a review and a check of nearly enough all my electrics. Electric lights, electric plug sockets, switches, anything that's run off electricity, you're going to be checking. Not like the TV and microwave and stuff like that. It's just the sockets, switches, and on the 31st, which is Wednesday, I've got a different engineer coming around to fix my kitchen light and my bathroom light. Because in my bathroom, I've got one of those pulley kind of like cord switches, completely knackered. Second one this is in a matter of a year. That's fucked up. Can't turn the light on. I'm using where the mirror is. It's like a little shaver. You've got like a shaver plug and like a little light on that. So every time I go in there, I've got to turn that little fucking light on, to go and do my business, kind of thing. But yeah, on Wednesday, I come in to fix that. I told him I don't want that long fluorescent tube lighting thing in my kitchen anymore, because those lights, those tubes are bloody expensive, and I don't have money to buy those fucking fluorescent tubing. So I've asked them to put a new fitting in similar to the one which is in my bathroom, but not being pulley. It'll be like running off the actual normal main switch. So they're going to be here between 10 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday. I did ring up the Housing Association and asked them to check up, and they go, well, we have got some information, but I don't see where they've said that you want a different light fitting completely. And I said, well, I did tell them last time when I actually rang them up a couple of weeks ago. Guys, yeah, wait until the guy comes and ask him, see what he's got. And if he can do it, he can do it. If not, then you might just have to have what you still got at the moment and get them to come back and put it fitting on later. Because in my kitchen, I've got this long fluorescent lighting tube, and the plastic covering won't stay up because it keeps falling down, and twice it's fallen down and hit me on the head. So I'll keep that off now. And I've told them I don't want that fitting there. Now, and if they've got a brand new fitting, I don't want that one. I want the one similar to the bathroom. Yeah, I won't be surprised at Eurek, actually. I know a lot of metals came from like Africa, India, China. The gold. I was watching. I was saying the other night I was watching that program which I paid for season 2, treasure hunting, Snake Island or whatever it's called. Yeah. Second season only cost me £1.89, while the first season was like £10.99. But I was able to watch most of season 1 just by googling it and finding sites with the actual stream on. But certain parts of season 2 wasn't available, so I decided to go on Amazon and I found that they're selling the whole season, 18 episodes for £1.89. A lot of the gold came from the Aztecs, and it's quite a fascinating series actually. They was more concerned about traps. Like one of them was talking about the Indiana Jones movie. He goes, yeah, can you just imagine traps like Indiana Jones, with the steps, where the pressure steps where you put your foot on it, you fucking shooting arrows and stuff like that. But no, they actually did find the gold eventually, but they couldn't recover it because it was a rainy season. And the gold they did find was I found a golden cloth. I found a cloth which was embroidered with really fine gold, yeah. But I still kept looking for the main gold. Between 2 and 4 billion pounds worth of gold in today's value, yeah. They found the right cave. They actually searched 3 caves. And they found the right cave being the third one, yeah. And there was a wall, and I thought that's not a natural wall like the other 2 caves had. The other 2 caves had a blocking, but what had happened was that the Spanish and the Aztecs, who was trying to hide the gold, kept finding that the rocks was too hard to carve through, because they was only using hammer and chisel. Technology like we got now. And they found a cave which was a lot more, easier to transfer, what's that word I'm trying to think for? Transport the gold to. And the third cave, they thought that they hit another dead end, but one of the actual guys said, no, hang on, this ain't like the other 2 caves. This looks man-made. So they weren't going to tear it down brick by brick because it was going to be a bit dangerous. So one of them said, well, let me blow a hole in it. He goes, well, no, because what happens is you completely bring half the cave down. He goes, no, I'll guarantee you that I'll only blow a certain amount of that down. And he did. He only brought down a part of it, yeah. And one of them actually went into the other side of the cave. And, you know, he'd already, like, injured his back, this guy. And he said that he was going to get in the water because, like, the first few feet was only, like, 4 foot deep. And he goes, well, give me the camera tripod. And I put a GoPro in and I put the camera in. And we'll see what we can find. And he also put, like, a tin, like, stuck a load of holes in this tin, and he was scooping up. And he was actually scooping up silver coins from the Aztec times, you know. Found about 5 or 6 coins. And he'd been in there for about 5 minutes. And he goes, I've got to come out. It's really, really cold. I said, yeah, get out, because you know, you've been injured. You know, we don't want you, like, you know, dying of pneumonia or something, yeah. So I pulled him out. And for some reason, they said, well, let's just see how deep it does go. And one of the other guys had, like, a 100-foot rope, like string. So they tied a brick on it. And they kind of, like, made like a fishing rod out of the actual camera boomstick, yeah. And they load the brick in, and they somehow, like, measured it like 20 feet, 20 feet, 20 feet, 20 feet. And it actually went down to 100 fucking foot. 100 foot. Now, if that guy was still in the water, when he was in the water, he slipped and he went under and he came back up, yeah. And that's what made him a little bit kind of panicky. He goes, no, I'm coming back out. But if he walked a little bit further, where the boomstick had reached, he'd only went 100 foot down in this, like, underground tunnel, which was flooded with water. So, like, you know, they didn't know that the gold was there. You know, they found the silver and they said, well, you know, I think this might be the hot spot, you know, kind of thing. But they couldn't do nothing. Even when they brought the little GoPro camera out, yeah, they tried to, like, see if they could see what was on the screen. But they couldn't make it out because the GoPro was so small they couldn't make out what was there. So I said, look, you know, time's up, rainy season's there. This whole cave is going to be, you know, like, flooded, you know, to the top, and we aren't going to do anything, you know. We'd have to, like, all meet up, you know, make another kind of, like, expedition another time and come back, you know, when the cave is, like, practically emptied out with water again, you know, kind of thing. So they all went back to this base camp, and the guy put up the GoPro video on the computer, and he's sitting there, and he thought he saw something, right? So he stopped it, played it back, and you see these fucking great big gold bars. He went fucking, like, he was so fucking shocked. He's calling all these buddies. He goes, look. They actually found that Aztec gold, which could be probably like $2 billion worth of gold. And, like, you know, they're actually going to be, like, making this, like, new exhibition maybe soon. So I did try to find out if there was, like, Series 3, but I couldn't find a Series 3. So unless they made it and it's going to come out later, I don't know. But going to be interesting to watch it if they do recover it. Because in season 1, they did find some gold, but it didn't tell you they actually found the actual complete 200 million worth of gold. Because, like, season 1's about one particular gold expedition. Season 2 is like another expedition. So yeah, and I've also been watching some YouTube videos on YouTube, Australian gold diggers, yeah. And they've been, like, out in an Australian outback trying to find gold, and they are actually finding gold out there. I think the biggest one was about that big. They found about 3 grams, maybe a bit bigger, worth $250,000 Australian dollars. Oh yeah, I don't believe in, like, really gambling now. I used to gamble on the casinos and stuff like that, yeah. I got a notification on my phone last night, yeah. This bloody Polish guy, right, was playing online casino games, right. First 25p, he hit a £13 million jackpot in 25p. Well, what fucking jammy bastards, you know. I can understand like lotteries giving, you know, big kind of like jackpot prizes, but 13, what is he going to do with 30 million? And, you know, I don't really like gambling, but I went out today, you know, to get some electric key, and I bought a scratch ticket. I paid £1 for it, and I won £1 back. Wow. So that £1, which I won on the card, will go back on another card and see if I can win something else. But 13 million, jammy bastard. 25p. That's all he spent on a casino game. 25p, and it's £13 million. And it's like, it is on, you know, Google, because I've got it on my Google phone. I don't know if it's still there, actually. Let me have a look. So I'm always getting like different notifications. I don't know if it's going to, well, it should still be on, actually. Score a free Xbox One S for or tablet with B2. Excellent. Fuck off. Hang on a minute. I'll tell you how much you want if I can find it. Jamie fucking hell. And guess what? He lives in my area, Mitcham. Seriously. I'm pretty sure you find go and Google it, yeah. Mitcham man wins 13 million. Let me see if I can find it on here, actually. Might be on here. Yeah. I think he's Polish. Yeah, look, Soldier wins 13.2 million after gambling 25p on 9. Oh, 26-year-old who toured Afghanistan won his fortune on an online casino and kept his win quiet for 3 days. The one I saw, I think they said he was Polish. But no, this is a completely, it's the same one, but a different write-up. The first thing I'll spend on the best possible medical treatment for my dad. His father is waiting for a heart and lung transplant. Well, it says there like 13 million, but it's got 17 million there. Oh, that's euro. So it's like 17 million euro. Time you take out, you know, the difference, like, you know, from euros to like UK. Only comes first, and I'd give all his money back for him to be healthy, John from Cheshire said. He comes from Cheshire, but he actually lives in Mitcham. John Haywood. I think I've seen them around actually. No, 30,230,838 pounds and 68 pence. So he comes from Cheshire, but he actually lives in Mitcham now, I believe. That's what it said on my mobile anyway. Oh, jammy fucker. What do you do with 30 million? By me, I know. Man, I was saying to myself last night, just 2 million would do me. Just 2. I'd go and buy a brand new house, 2 houses, 1 to live in. I'll probably buy myself a horny tone, do investigations in. No, take care of myself and my kids for a little bit. Maybe my mum, take her out on a holiday. My sisters. If I didn't give them a holiday, I'd give them like a few grand each. Just trying to find it on the mobile. There's so much stuff on there that's came up on my mobile since last night. But on the mobile, it just say John from Mitcham. Oh, man, I'm sure I've seen him before. Just so much stuff comes up on your bloody mobile. No. Well, I'm guaranteeing you, I'm sure it said on Mitcham. And I'm sure I've seen that guy, man. Oh, yeah. Another thing, right, I was going to talk about, and no, I ain't talking about someone who lives there. I had a notification on my phone the other day that they're going to actually build a new forest, right? That's going to cost over £100 million, right? I think it was about £100 million. Down in Cornwall. You know, fuck me, man. Oh, if they've got a lot of wasteland, you know, all they'll do is plant a few fucking like baby trees and let the fucking nature take over. They ain't got to be spending that much money out on it. But yeah, I'm sure there was one in there. Instead of like £100 million or something. Oh, £30 million. Sorry, £30 million. Yeah. Fucking joke, man. Plans for a new 30 million forest for Cornwall approved. Decision made in future by Cornwall Council will be assessed to see whether they comply with the council aims to tackle climate change. 30 million on a fucking forest. Among these are plants for the forest Cornwall, which would aim to plant 800 hectares of trees across Cornwall. So if they're going to be planting 800 hectares, all right, well, where's the land? Where's the land that they're going to be planting? And where the trees are going to come from? Are they going to be chopping down trees to put in Cornwall? Or are they going to be like doing like a baby forest where you're putting like little baby trees, small baby plants that will later eventually grow up into like really big trees, kind of thing. The ones which are fast growing. Yeah, but fucking 30 million, man. All right, catch you later, Angela. 30 million. That could be going on fucking homes for people who are homeless and shit like that, I know it might be good for the environment, but how about, looking after people who are fucking homeless and got nowhere to live? Looking at the human resources and not the fucking nature resources. But I tell you, if they've got the land, if they've got that 800 hectares, yeah, and they didn't put nothing on there, they didn't put no landfill on there. Now, within a few years, you're going to get like, birds and wildlife pooping everywhere, and they're going to be dropping like seeds everywhere, and it's like them planting everything then, won't it? Because you think about it, right? We didn't plant all this shit which we've got here anyway. All the forests that we've got here splattered out on its own, through wildlife. If you've got 800 hectares of land, you've got billions of birds, you've got billions of foxes, you've got billions of rabbits, they all eat wildlife, trees, seed shrubs and stuff like that, yeah. You got the squirrels that go and eat the nuts and drop nut seeds and shit like that. Over time, 5 years, you're going to have a small forest. And over 50 years, you're going to have a large forest, aren't you? And you ain't got to plant nothing. All that money could be going to some other use. I don't know. Yeah, but where are they going to get the trees from? Unless they're going to be planting little baby trees, which is going to take fucking years to grow, or they're going to be taking trees from different locations, screwing up the NCO from different locations, and fuck up other forestries because they're going to plant it down there. They might even bring stuff over from different countries, as well, which could fuck up, parts of like, UK, because like you just don't know. Yeah, if they're going to say like they bring trees over from Switzerland or from fucking like China or Hong Kong or whatever, yeah, whatever country, those trees, if they do import any over, could have diseases, and those diseases can spread to other trees in the UK and destroy our own fucking like forestries. So unless they got like stuff they're going to be like bringing down from different forestries in the UK, but then it's going to screw up the forest where they take the trees from anyway. Oh fucking hell! Don't they think they've cut down enough Brazilian rainforests? With the Brazilian rainforest and the other rainforests out there. Yeah, there's so many different plants and insects and stuff which we've never seen in our life, you know, and some of them probably do have ways to cure people. Yeah, but fuck me, man, keep destroying so much shit. You know, it is causing so much damage to our fucking like pollution. You know, with the NCO and everything like that. Yeah, China. Fucking hell, man. Watching a video on them the other day where they had so much problem with smog that they decided, you know, they had to like do certain things to stop that smog, which they are now actually in the process and have been in the process of doing it. And it's lowered the smog level down quite, you know, extremely. But they still do stuff with smog because, like, the in the olden times, well, not in the olden times, but in the past, where they was trying to recycle stuff, we weren't recycling it the proper way, and it's like putting all that shit up in the air, you know, all that toxicity, all those horrible gases. But now, you know, you are getting a lot more factories which are being built with proper technology where, you know, you ain't going to get all that smog and toxicity and all that kind of crap, all those gases. I was watching one today actually where they're actually salvaging certain material. I think it's like wood, recycling wood. And what they do, they get all the wood, they bring it in, they like chop it up into small pieces. They pull all the metal nails out and everything like that. They ship off the nails to an industry that, you know, can melt that down into like steel or whatever, and use that to like build cars, fucking fridges, whatever. And the wood, what they're doing is that with the wood, they're actually using that for one part's being used for like children playground. One is to actually use for like what's that word I'm trying to think of? Can't think of the word. When you get all that rotten vegetation and stuff like that, and you can use it like in your gardens, and you know, like to plant food and vegetables and stuff like that. They're going to use stuff for that. Some of the wood they're going to be like compressing down and making into like, you know, slabs of wood, but you can do like for building constructions and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of companies are now actually getting more into like not much Greenpeace, but you know, they are trying to like save what, you know, clean air we have got and trying to cut down on the pollution. And I have been watching a lot of videos like that, kind of interest me. That's why, like, you know, someone might turn around. And I did have a snide little comment the other day by someone called Matthew Williams. Funny enough, I used to know Matthew Williams when I was younger. But he comes on and goes, "Oh, you scummy bastard, get a life, right?" And I reported the comment and I blocked him and then I removed the comment as well, yeah. So it was on his, on my other channel. Well, I put a video up just showing which, you know, stuff I bought home, right? Now, if you want for people like me going out and salvaging some of that stuff here and using it for our own uses, that shit would probably still go in a landfill. And that landfill will probably get filled with fucking like, you know, different types of toxics and gases and stuff like that. And like metal kind of does take a fucking long time to like kind of degrade itself. You know, like, why do you think when I go out metal detecting, you know, I don't like bringing home stuff because I, you know, it just clutters my fucking like balcony. But you know, I still bring stuff home because some of it might be of interest. Some of it, you know, I would probably like stick in the bin and try to like recycle it a proper way. But you know, when this is what I don't understand, right? People turn around and say, "Oh, look at that scummy bastard going for the bin. Look, he's pulling that, he's pulling this, that out, you know, blah blah blah." Well, what do you rather us, you know, what would you rather see us do? You know, salvage something that we might be able to use ourselves, or you know, make something good out of it, or would you like to see it in the fucking landfill and like have all that toxic shit? Now, people are like, especially Americans, yeah. There's a lot of people go out scrapping, you know, and they do their own e-waste as well, you know. There is one video guy I watch, and his video channel is called E-Waste. I think he's in America. Might be Australia, I don't know. But he goes out and he tries to get as much e-waste as he can to, you know, recycle it or to strip it down and take it to the breakers, you know, the junkyards, to have it like, you know, it's a little bit of a living for him. You know, he does say sometimes he don't like doing it, but you know, it's a part of an income for him, and you know, it is actually helping the environment in one way. It's like, you know, when you go magnet fishing, we're helping the environment to pull some of that shit out the fucking river. You know, when you're metal detecting, you'll actually bring some of that shit out of the fucking ground, which is like fucking, you know, giving that possible toxic fucking waste. You know, like batteries and fucking little gas cylinders and shit like that. You know, it's affecting like rivers, lakes, ponds, you know, canals. And like people turn around and say, "Oh, get a fucking knife." Fuck you, dumb shit. As long as we're not out fucking committing crime, like, you know, people used to do in the olden days, like go around fucking stealing lead from church roofs and, you know, and copper or iron or steel from like fucking monuments and shit like that. None of that's happening now. We're out trying to like salvage, either to like make a little bit of money or, you know, just to use it for our own personal uses, and you still get fucking slagged off by fucking pricks like that. It really pisses me off, you know. I wonder how much shit he throws out each fucking week. Does he know where all the shit that they throw out goes to? Does it go in a landfill? Does it get recycled? Because, you know, we do need a lot more fucking recycling in this country. I'll tell you that for one thing. Not just in this country, but other countries, third world countries as well. Now, I've been to the Philippines twice, and that river in Manila was full of shit, you know. And I mean shit, you know, from your ass, piss, urine, paper, cardboard, fucking bottles, you know, steel, you know, so much crap in there. Now, I don't know what it's like there now, because I ain't been there for like several years, but I'm hoping they fucking sort that out. China, for instance, yeah, they had a shitload of pollution, but look now, they get in there, you know, arse into it. They're actually making new factories. They're recycling stuff the proper way. You know, America, they're actually doing their shit as well. They're bringing up new factories to like handle e-waste, you know, in a better way. They're not shipping it out to China because China's bought banned on it anyway from any country. They've got too much waste over there. So they're not importing anything from any countries now. But even America's like, you know, got their fingers, well, their arses in the gear, I should say. And they're actually like looking at ways like to recycle like plastic and metal and copper and, you know, plastic bags, shit like that, you know. And that's what I've been watching over the last couple of weeks, you know, a lot of like recycling, you know. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Yurik. So many fucking disasters, you know, with I look at like, you know, the conditions of the, you know, atmospheric, you know, the air. You could walk into like a city in China and it's full of smog, and you've got to wear face masks and these breathing things, to breathe properly, because walking all that toxicity and all that smog and all those horrible gases do shit to your lungs and your heart, and give you skin diseases and shit like that. Even the people over there, which are so poor, poverty wise, they have to live on fucking land tips and scavenge around to make a little bit of money. So I feel sorry for the people who's gonna probably miss out on in one way trying to scavenge and make a little bit of money on the waste that's been chucked out on landfills and stuff like that. Yeah, but so many governments are now actually, especially in the UK, they have said that some of the landfills that have been used and forgotten about, they are still on the maps, and they are actually now considering digging up those landfills, because the gases which are kind of grown in the ground, and they're going to actually make factories right near the landfills and salvage those gases, because those gases can be turned into fuel, and you can be using that to light up 5,000, 10,000 homes. So that video I saw the other day as well, where they might be doing that, and it ain't just the UK, it's going to be in China and America and other places. So they are actually looking a bit more into the environmental side of the thing. Yeah, but why am I such a scumbag for just going out and salvaging a bit of metal, or something that I think might be useful to me, and it's not going in the landfill? Fucks me off, Anyway, I'm going to shoot off in a minute, because it's nearly 12:30, I think. 20 past midnight. And I've been out over the last couple of days, so I might go out tomorrow and go and do a bit of scavenging. Go and see if I can find some more stuff I can take out of people's skips and fucking dustbins, and bring it home and recycle it in a proper way, Depends on how I feel, because I've not slept properly, for the last couple of days. My feet have been aching, because I did get blisters on my feet. I must have, seriously, guys, I must have walked about 20-25 miles within a week, 2 weeks. Yeah, about 2 weeks. 25 miles. Every day I went out, right, my phone kept bleeping saying, congratulations, you've done over 10,000 steps. How many steps is in the mile? Let's have a look. That's interesting. Right. Wide length. Yeah. So I'm not showing you. I'm not bullshitting you. Right. The average person takes between 2,000 to 2,500 walking steps per mile, right? That's counted by a big monitor, fitness band, or your phone motion sensor, which I've got on my phone, a phone motion sensor. Running steps have a longer stride length, and you may take between 1,400 and 1,700 steps per mile. A total of 10,000 steps equals 4 to 5 miles. Each number of steps per mile varies per person. So let's running 12 minutes per mile, 5 miles per hour. All right. Walking walking 15 minutes per mile. Well, I've walked more than fucking 15 minutes. I've been out for hours and hours and hours, man. So 10,000. Brisk walk, moderate. Right. So let's go for a brisk walk here. That's 5.1 miles. If it's a shorter walk, then it's 4.4 miles. So I've definitely done over fucking 25 miles. Because last 2 weeks I've been out practically every day. You know, some days I've only been out a couple of hours, but you know, it's still like walking 3 or 4 miles, yeah. So, you know, 1,900 steps per mile. So if I'm walking, say, 2,000 steps per mile, and I've done 10,000 steps, that's like 5 miles, isn't it? So I reckon I've done a lot more than that. I've probably done fucking 30 miles in the last 2 weeks. More than I've ever walked in my whole life. And it is helping with, well, I say it's helping with my fucking knee, but it's not. I'll get them and I'm practically creeping up them fucking stairs because like my knees cracking and creaking and I don't know. Hello, bud kisses. I'm just coming off now. So yeah, I need to sort this living room out. I don't know if I'll be doing it to living room, bedroom. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it tomorrow because I might be going out tomorrow. Don't know yet. But I will get back doing a little video on those 2 old houses that used to be there. So I'm still kind of like curious why someone has moved in and suddenly moved out again. You know. So I might go over there during the week, if not next week, and just do a 10-minute one. And I'll probably do that seconds. If I go to the park, just as it's getting dark, I don't want to be out when it's pitch black, you know, because like over that recreation fucking place, you can't see shit in front of you sometimes. So what I'll do is I'll do the recreation park first for 10 minutes just to see, you know, what the not feel, you know, to see if there's any kind of like energies there, but just to see if I'm still getting like, you know, the high EMF, which I'm pretty sure we will be getting. Do a little video over there, just walking around for 5 minutes, then I'll come back and then I'll do the little residential estate where those 2 houses used to be and just have a 5-10 minute walk in there. And that'll be it. But anyway, I'm going to go, so I need to go to the bathroom, and I'll get you on the next one. When that'll be, I'm not sure yet. But if I do those places, the video, I will do a video. I'll do an EVP. I'll do Ghost, well, not Ghost Box. I'm not taking Ghost Box out with me. I'll do an EVP. I'll see what activity you might get on the K2 meter. And if we don't get anything, I'll still upload the video so you can see what I did or didn't get anyway. All right, catch you all later. Ciao.